meant to ask you, do you want to be certified in the use of enhanced interrogation techniques? And I had never heard that term before. And I said, what's that mean? So he describes these 10 techniques. And I said, I don't know, man. That sounds like a torture program. And he said, it's not a torture program. We got it cleared by the Justice Department, and the president signed it. He says, think about it. I said, yeah, give me an hour. What do you think of that? And he said, first of all, let's call a spade a spade. He said, this is a torture program. They can use whatever euphemism they want, but this is a torture program, and torture is a slippery slope. He said, you know how these guys are. Somebody's going to be a cowboy. They're going to go overboard, and they're going to kill a prisoner. And when that happens, there's going to be a congressional investigation. Then there's going to be a Justice Department investigation, and somebody's going to go to prison. Do you want to go to prison? I said, no, I don't want to go to prison. As it turned out, I was the only person who went to prison. But I said, no, I don't want to go to prison. I went back downstairs. I said, listen, I have a moral and ethical problem with this. I think it's illegal, and I don't want any part of it. The funny thing is, I had just captured Abu Zubaydah, who we believed was the number 3 in Al-Qaeda. And I got passed over for promotion. And the reason I got passed over, they said, was because I turned down the training. The head of the Counterterrorism Center said in my promotion panel that I had displayed a shocking lack of commitment to counterterrorism. And he happens to be both a brigadier general in the Army and a CIA psychiatrist. And he said to me one day, buddy, you know they call you the human rights guy behind your back. And I said, yeah, I don't care. And he said, you know that's not a compliment, right? And I said, Steve, they're wrong about this, and I'm right about it. I said, I'm comfortable with the decision that I made. And I just left it at that.
So all you had done essentially was stand up for your beliefs, your morals, your ethics, and the law. And you said, I don't want to participate in anything that I know to be illegal.
That was the start. And I was the only one. I'm almost ashamed to tell you that they asked 14 of us if we wanted to be trained in the enhanced interrogation techniques. I was the only one who said no.